Hello everyone, welcome. So today we're going to go through a breakdown of Shang-Chi's abilities. So after this video, I'll make like a damage showcase and then I'll do a few other things. But first, we need to learn about his abilities. So, his first ability is critical hits grant plus 44 critical damage rating for the rest of the fight. This maxes out at 300 hits. So every time you crit, it's going to give you more crit damage rating. Alright, so now you've got the Wushu strikes. So this is probably the most important part of his kit. His kit is very useful for a lot of different situations, right? So all Wushu strikes start readied and can be performed by landing hits or striking into block with a series of specifically ordered attacks. Performing a Wushu strike unreadies this indefinitely. The last hit of the Wushu strike provides one chi charge and activates the bonus effect. So, the first Wushu strike he has available is his disarming strike. This gives him it gives the opponent a slow debuff for 5 seconds. This is given more time for each readied Wushu strike. Now, I don't know how long extra it gives, but disarming strike cannot be interrupted, well, the last hit at least, and it is activated through a medium-medium combo. So you just want a medium-medium and then back off, right? And so next he's got a cleansing strike. This is basically a purification thing where he can purify up to 3 debuffs and you gain an indefinite cleanse passive for each readied Wushu strike. So the less you've used, the more you're going to get. Like the less of the other abilities you've used, the more cleanse charges you're going to have. This lasts until the Wushu strike is readied again. When a champion with cleanse is inflicted with a debuff, it is immediately purified and cleanse is removed. So say you got a heal block on you, or you got a poison from a biohazard node. You're gonna shrug that off basically instantly. You're not gonna get that much of a bonus from it, but you'll just shrug it off completely, which makes him very good for for a lot of situations where there's debuffs. So you've got maybe like you've got some biohazard node, you've got a Iceman with Cold Snap. You've got all these different situations where it can be really useful. So that is activated through a medium, light, medium. So at the same thing, you want a medium, light, medium, then back off. And then next he has a breaking strike. So a breaking strike is the last hit becomes unblockable when striking into a block. Gain an unblockable buff lasting 1.5 seconds. For each readied Wushu strike and pausing during Shang-Chi's special attack. Now, that is very useful when you're like backed up against the wall and you need to get out of that situation. He's very, very useful because with that unblockable, he can just keep hitting and hitting through the block because there is no block and he can get out of that corner very, very fast. And that is a medium, light, medium combo. And then you got the final one, which is the pinpoint strike. That is an ability that can inflict a stun debuff lasting a flat 0.65 seconds. And that is increased for each readied Wushu strike. Now, this one is really good. This is a stun, obviously, and it can be activated by a medium, light, medium. This can help to turn the tide of a fight, really, because if you're going up against someone like Bishop and you got them to a special 1 by accident, which is annoying because then you can't really fight him for a bit, even with the purification, you can stun him and then push him to a special 2. Now, the special 2 isn't much better because if you miss the dodge or you just take it through block, you're going to get a crap ton of damage, but it is very useful. Now, each of these, as soon as you use them, so say you use the stun, the block, whatever, you're going to lose that ability. So you can only use it once. But as soon as you heavy attack, it resets all of those charges and you can use them again. But the chi charges carry over. So say you'd use all 4 of them you're gonna have 4 indefinite charges, and then you heavy, and then you can get another 4, which is really good. But as soon as you use a special 2, all of those go back to 0. You can also get a chi charge through performing a perfectly timed or dodging an attack. This will grant him 1 chi charge each, which is very useful. Then on the heavy attack, you gain a precision buff for each chi charge, increasing your crit rating by 142 over 15 seconds, and that stacks to 4. All unreadied Wushu strikes are readied, and personal stun effects on the opponent are removed. So that is very useful. As I was saying before, whenever you heavy, you get those abilities again. So the special attack 1, I don't tend to use because it's not very useful for me majority of the time. Landing this attack or striking into the block will perform the last Wushu strike used with equal potency. This does not include the pinpoint strike, obviously, because then you can just stun chain. If no Wushu strike has been used, the cleansing strike is performed. This is very good, as you can just keep recycling those buffs again, those passives again and again. And then on the special attack 2, this is the one that I always use because it finishes fights out so fast. I can normally kill Battlegrounds opponent in 30 seconds. If I just get to a special 2, it's over most of the time. So each hit is a guaranteed critical hit. It consumes all your chi charges, increasing the attack rating of each hit by 3015 for each chi charge. This also re-readies the Wushu strikes, so you can start over again, although you'll go back to 0. Now this damage is amplified by the collectives because it gives you more damage on top of damage on top of damage. And if you watch the short that I put up, with about 1 to 1.5 minutes worth of ramp up, he was hitting the damage cap, I'm pretty sure, because he did 10% damage or more over like 8 hits. I don't know exactly how many hits it is. And then finally, on the special attack 3, you've got gain 200 plus 234 crit damage rating for the rest of the fight, and you gain 4 chi charges. So basically, you're using all these chi charges just to build up to a massive special 2. And then finally, the signature ability is his critical hits deal 20% of hit damage as a burst of physical damage. This ability is based off hit damage before checking block, proficiency, armor, and resistances. That is very useful because it can make his special 2 go nuts. And then Shang-Chi can perform critical hits through the opponent's block. Personal abilities that trigger on critical hits will trigger through block. Alright, so that's it for today. Look out for the damage showcase that I'll do next week. So I hope everyone has a fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.